Fold the video to explain all the moves that players can use to control the character in Black Myth, Wukong. Includes 3 types of stick attack techniques: light attack, heavy attack, a derivative tree of light, and heavy attack combinations, jumping attacks and fancy stick techniques, and use the stick to rebound. Finally, there are some important operational details the video will show you from the simplest to the most complex. Please watch patiently. Okay, now please focus all your attention on the monkey's movements. First, light attack. The first part is a horizontal sweep from right to left. The second part is a diagonal sweep from lower left to upper right. The third part is a two-turn from right to left. And the fourth part is a stick over the back, sweep from left to right to end. Fifth, jump. Note that the final jump attack is not a heavy attack. The light attacks of the 3 stick techniques all end with this jump slash.
The 3 stick techniques are stick poking, stick standing and stick splitting, which correspond to the 3 buttons on the handle controller.
Let's start with chopping the stick. The heavy attack of the chopping stick can be charged while moving. Using a heavy attack directly will have a pre-action. The preparatory action for chopping stick is to turn the stick with right hand and put it behind your back. When the stick power is full, the lower right icon will turn white.
I call the stick power chi. Its icon is in the lower left corner. When you hit an enemy or hold down the heavy attack button to charge, chi will be accumulated. A total of 4 chi can be accumulated. When you hold down the attack button to charge,
he will accumulate 4 chi, and then use a 4 chi heavy attack. Okay, let's compare these actions. The stick of 0 chi is the same as that of 1 chi, but the stick of 1 chi is brighter and has higher damage. A golden stick with 2 chi, which also chops from the back to the front. The duration of the whole action seems to be similar, but it is because the player missed the target. If the player successfully hits the target, there will be a pause due to the meat stuck. The red stick with 3 chi rotated 2 more times in the air, stayed in the air longer, and missed. These 2 may be from the same player. The dark red stick with 4 chi has the longest activation time, the largest range of motion, and the highest damage. Next is the heavy attack of the standing stick. The standing stick can only accumulate power on the spot. The pre-action of the standing stick is to thrust the stick forward very quickly, and the stick will rise instantly. The more chi you have, the higher you stand. It is a very flexible stick method. Standing on a stick can help you dodge skills, wait for the right moment, and give the enemy a heavy blow. Let's take a look at the collection demonstration. Regardless of the number of chi, the time it takes to reach the highest level is the same, and the attack action is to shoot the stick out from the back to the front. Compared with the chopping stick, there are not so many special effects and actions. A complete set of actions can be divided into 4 parts: pre-action, charging, attacking, and post-action. The animation duration of the 0 chi stick attack is shorter than that of the 1 chi, which means the stick bends less and is thrown out faster. From the perspective of game design, a little advantage is specially preset for sporadic sticks, which encourages players to switch sticks more often to break moves in battle. Finally, there is the heavy attack of the stick. The stick can also charge on the spot. The more chi you have, the farther the attack distance. The pre-action is to turn left and right. The stick special effect is very similar to the chopping stick. The first chi is white, the second chi is golden, and the third and fourth chi are golden with a little red. No one has performed this operation in the collected materials. Next is a different poking stick demonstration. Now that we know about light attacks and heavy attacks, let's talk about derivatives. Let's use a chopping stick as an example. Previously we talked about the 5 stages of light attack. His first 4 paragraphs can be derived. Prepare, first light attack followed by derivative. Prepare. 1, 2. Derived. 1, 2, 3. Derivative. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the derivative. No matter which light attack you start from, the same action will be performed. Note that the chopping stick derivation is very similar to the 5th light attack and the heavy attack. both of which are a blow to the enemy's head. But their actions are completely different. If you don't have chi, you can still use the derivation. If you have chi, use some chi to enchant the stick and it will glow. The derivative attack will not change its action or become stronger depending on how much chi you have in your hand. But the damage will always be higher if you give it a chi. I hope everyone will do the same and not stop working hard just because there is no profit in a short period of time. As long as you keep working hard, your sweat will be recognized one day. Derivation can also be followed by secondary derivation. The mechanism is the same as the previous derivation. If you have chi, you will use it to enchant. If you don't have chi, forget it. If you are interested in game-related content, you can follow this channel. I will be very grateful. The game is designed so that you can derive whenever you want. Now that this mechanism is clear, let's look at the deriving actions of the standing stick and the poking stick. First, let's look at the deriving stick. The action of spinning on the stick is the first derivative of the stand. If you hold down the button, you will consume stamina and keep spinning on. Then the large area sweep is the second derivative of the stick stand. The last one is the stick poke derivative. If you hold down the first derivative, the stick will make a thumping sound. If you release the button and press it again, a very cool long poke will be made. Okay, the above are all the derivatives of the three stick techniques. Now that I have finished talking about the derivatives, let's talk about the jumping attack. A player who tried playing told me that he thought there was no jumping attack. He tried jumping on the spot, and then pressed the attack button but there was no response. I guess the jumping attack is to step on a target and then derive it for you to use. This is a jumping light attack. Jumping heavy attack with 0 chi. The more chi is consumed, the longer the action takes. There is another detail in the jump attack. If you step on a fixed target, there is no damage and no increase in stick power. This is easy to understand. You can't kick a fixed thing. I guess that in the trial play because the game science has open talent, so that players can use double jumps. You can also use attacks after double jumping here. Finally, let's take a look at the official demonstration. Yes, and this. There is also a display of causing damage. Its keys are arranged in a special place LT. We currently know very little about this fancy stick technique, and we will only know more about its uses after the game is officially launched on August 20th. Next, let's take a look at a practical demonstration screen. Light attacks can be interspersed with rolling or dodging without losing the chi. You can even use rolling to interrupt the fourth light attack, fast forward to the finishing move and intersperse it at will. This mechanism may be provided by talent.
This is the character's attribute panel, which includes health, mana, stamina, attack and defense, as well as resistance to the 4 elements. As the game progresses, these values will gradually increase, and Wukong will also learn more stick techniques and skills. The 4 elements are thunder, fire, ice, and poison. Some monsters will have attacks with these elements, causing Wukong to gain a debuff of. There are currently 3 types of magic, namely, the immobilization technique, the golden body technique and the invisibility technique. There is also the ability to transform into multiple copies of oneself through hair to participate in a battle. Naruto's clone technique is based on this setting. In addition, through the video we know that Wukong can also transform into 4 monsters. There may be more, namely the stone monster, the sword wolf, the golden cicada, the great ape. We can classify the monsters in the game according to the 4 elements of fire, thunder, ice, and poison. According to the lost Dai Li Ji in the Western Han Dynasty, the insects in the world, here we can understand them as monsters, are divided into 5 types, namely smooth and hairless, scaly, hairy, feathered, and insects. The original work Journey to the West that the game refers to also has such a statement. According to the analysis of the monsters we have seen, the hairy monsters mostly use the fire element to attack, while the insects mostly use the poison element to attack, and the one that uses the thunder element is the Chinese dragon long with scales on its body. The equipment system includes weapons, gourds for portable medicine, masks, crowns, armor, armor, leg armor, and equipment is divided into 4 levels: good, superior, special, and excellent. The higher the level, the higher the attribute of the equipment.
Finally, this video shows the trial content from a year ago, which does not represent the final quality of the game after it is officially launched. Thank you for watching.